Cement sales are seen as one of the indicators that tell us about the state of the economy, and while the industry has been under pressure, global cement maker Lafarge says it showed growth at the end of last year. Joining me now to chat about its position in the South African market is Thierry Legrand. He's the CEO of Lafarge South Africa. Thierry, thanks for coming in this afternoon. Well, you said you showed growth in South Africa last year, but how does that compare to your other operations around the world? To what extent has infrastructure developments in South Africa and the Soccer World Cup helped to actually cushion the cement industry?
Worldwide, the cement industry has not grown last year. And even in South Africa, the whole market has decreased around by 10%. Infrastructure, of course, has fueled some demand, but we see for the future still infrastructure coming and a huge need for housing. So we are quite confident on the outlook.
So if the entire industry in South Africa shrank by 10%, how did Lafarge actually manage to increase its share of the market during that period?
No, we have decreased a little bit also, but what we have done, we have invested in new capacities, and we have invested 1.2 billion ZAR into a new plant that has successfully started in 2009, and it has allowed us to be in a much better position to answer to the peak season concerning cement demand.
To talk to us perhaps about some of the projects you have been involved in. I understand that you've been involved in all 5 of the FIFA 2010 Soccer World Cup stadia, Gautrain as well. How have those progressed and how have they assisted you through this period?
We are very proud to have had the opportunity to contribute to all these investments, sometimes through our cement sales, sometimes through our ready-mix. So we have participated with ready-mix in PE, Cape Town, cement in Polokwane, Nelspruit. So of course it has fueled the demand of this year. But we see also that on the road side, for example, there is still a lot to be done. And we also believe that with the world economy recovering, the demand in mines and industry as a whole will develop in 2010.
Okay, so with the 5 stadia now completed, Gautrain almost completed, you're expecting then road infrastructure and to help pick up some of the slack that's going to be left in the market?
Yes, we see 2010 around the same level as 2009.
Beyond 2010?
From the demand. After that, I'm sure it will recover. When exactly is a good question, you know. So we think maybe end of 2010, early 2011, we'll go for growth again, because there is a huge need, especially in housing. With all the backlog we have in housing in this country, we see a lot of opportunities for growth and for cement demand.
Well, it's twice you've mentioned housing, so I'm going to ask you about housing, because of course that has been very hard hit by the downturn. When did you expect the residential housing market to start improving? When would you expect new builds to come back into the market? Because of course we know that house sales have been very depressed.
The when is a difficult question. So will it be end of 2010? Probably, and going on after, I would say this would be my guess. But we are working a lot on social housing with partners in order to develop an answer for better quality of houses and also more energy efficient houses in this segment. So we truly believe that it will come, and as a group, South Africa is also a pilot for this kind of construction, because it's a very interesting market.
What are the margins like in that market, though, in the affordable social housing market? Do the margins compare with margins in other industries?
Oh, you know, I think the margins are a little bit below, probably, but the volumes are there. And there is a need for the country, there is an opportunity for us, and so I hope we'll benefit from that this year already and in the coming years.
Talk to us about green energy. How can the cement industry actually be more environmentally friendly? Because there has been a big focus in South Africa on environmentally friendly building, of course with our commitments to cut down on carbon emissions.
Yeah, and it's right, because you know, cement after water is the second most used product on the planet. So we have to use this resource with a responsible way. So yes, there are 2 aspects. The first one is to be greener, to emit less CO2, and to spare the resources. And we invest in our manufacturing process to do so. The second aspect is the CO2 that is emitted during the life of a building or of a road. And concrete in that respect, is a very interesting solution. So we work on that too. And as I told you, in social housing, with some partner, we try to develop more energy efficient building for the future.
Terry, before we end off, Lafarge was one of the companies that was rated by the Competition Commission last June. I think 5 companies in all rated by the Competition Commission. PPC has admitted to being part of a cartel. What's Lafarge's position in this?
You know, when we have been rated by the Competition Commission, we have said we will cooperate with the Competition Commission. And we have done so, and we will do it further. We cannot follow in their position, but we'll go on collaborating.
So you're not admitting to being part of a cartel or anything at this stage?
I am not making the same statement as PPC.
Terry, we have to leave it there. Thank you very much for coming to the studio today.
Thank you.
That's Thierry Legrand. He's the CEO of Lafarge South Africa. Well, when Power Lunch continues, Alicia is going to give us a quick market update.